Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Magic and Miracles, where you learn how to be the magician of your life. My name is Anna, and I created magic and miracles for people of all walks of life who wish to change their lives and achieve their dreams and goals. Okay, manifestations are really important in your life because that's how you become a happier person. Okay, that's how you achieve the ultimate goal of going back to the original energy. And I call this energy the golden Buddha symbolically. No religion is meant to be harmed or offended. It's just a representation that came to me on my predecessor channel. The link is below in channel mode, and I channel for my channel for my clients, definitely. And that's how it all began 3 years ago. I've been a coach total for 10 years, but for the last 3 years here on YouTube, kind of fell into my lap, to be honest. I just started speaking about some esoteric subjects that really I was inspired to share during COVID, just kind of wanting to help. But I had a career up until then, coaching people in the entertainment business, and that is and was really fun. But I've gotten to know a lot of people off of YouTube, and based on what I saw, out of all the methods that I have up until then already employed with many, many different people very successfully, I've constructed what's called a signature coaching program. Okay. It's for somebody designed for somebody who doesn't have endless amounts of money, but wants to definitely see a difference. Now, it does require that you show up and do your part. There's no way around it. This is not, a non-interactive course. Like, you know what I mean? We don't do cookie cut, nothing here. Everything is custom made for every single individual. I literally custom make the process for you. There's the structure, there is that. And if you follow it, you will succeed. But everything is, I believe, has to be custom made because everybody's fucking different. It doesn't exist that you can apply the same methods to the same people because everybody comes from somewhere. Everybody's history is just different. Okay. So, this, in fact, is the process. I cover your history. I need to get to know you. First of all, to get to know what I'm working with, but also to get to know the things that we're going to have to process for me to be able to successfully quantum leap you, help you quantum leap into the highest timeline possible at that stage of the game. Sometimes people come back for touch ups. It has happened, but it's very rare, okay? I have a pretty high success rate. I would say 95%, okay? Once or twice. To be honest, I'm not, bragging. It just the person I think belonged in therapy. They were just not ready, okay, is all. And then the most infamous case you're all aware of. So, I mean, listen, when somebody needs mental help, I mean, what can you do, right? So, but other than that, it's like if you show up to work, then there is no chance for you not to succeed. So I recommend 2 to 3 months in this process. And again, it differs person to person. 2 months for some people is enough. For some, they stay on longer, but it's not as frequent as 3 times per week. So 3 times per week, we rendezvous via Zoom or via phone call, and we go through the process of, again, relinquishing your mama drama panorama, processing emotions. Um, and then I teach you everything about the energy work. And some of it I'm going to discuss today about telepathy because the energy work very much comes extremely handy in understanding who you are, but also in understanding like how to actually create completely effortlessly. This is not an exaggeration of any fucking kind. It is not. Like before I'm really fucking inspired, by the way, by this idea to go on faceless, by the way, because I really feel so at ease this way. And this, to be honest, is really just the best way for me to channel. So I really feel inspired to do that, and I'll be able to do this more often than in any in on Saturdays for sure with a face. So when you complete the coaching, again, you have the option of staying on, less frequently, or just do touch ups at some point in the future. Usually it's like 6 months or a year from that point on. Now I've created recently 2 new packages that allow you the frequency of once a week. And I've noticed that in some people, that's what they want, and it's discounted in a way where the discount that I would usually offer my clients who have already been through the process with me. But, it's a package of 6 months or a 12 month period. So there is a link if you need installments, and as well as, well, there's the package. So if you prefer that, you still need to first book me for an hour to make sure, just to make sure we're a good match. Okay. It's for your own good and for my own good as well. I mean, I really want to do a good job and give 250 billion% to you. It isn't that. But, once in the blue moon, it has happened that the match was incorrect. I'm simply trying to avoid that for everybody's sake. All right. So, and sign the coaching agreement and reach out to me when is most comfortable for you to first rendezvous. So, we're going to talk about telepathy and energy work. This is the most inspiring conversation to be had, because everybody wants to know the same things. And I notice and I pay attention. Don't you worry. I pay attention more than people give me credit for. In fact, sometimes I do come across like I would judge myself too. And let's be real, I would look at myself as a airhead also, because whatever I look a certain way, blah blah blah. People make false judgments, not all as it seems. But this is a conversation to be had. Why? Because this gives you direct access to the energy world. Right. So when I'm like talking like a broken fucking record about releasing your past traumas and about releasing your past anger or whatever, I mean business, because people really hang on to these like enormous amount of negative energy for no good reason. If you only knew the amount of magic and miracles that await you on the other side of that shit, you would give it up right now. Just right now, you wouldn't give a flying fuck about that shit anymore. It would all like shed. Okay, but unfortunately, it isn't until somebody's really struggling in life, are they, you know what I mean? They're driven to the point where, like, shit, nothing's working. Then let me go get help. What I'm here to encourage you to do not wait for that moment. If you're in that moment, well, if I can be of help, phenomenal. But the idea is this: there's a misconception in our society, like a really, really deep misconception of holding on to emotions, kind of like burying them and never relinquishing them because they're so scary. It's scary to be faced with anger. It's scary to be faced with resentment. And you want to shove it down like, this makes me ugly or this makes me bad. It isn't that at all. Happens to everybody. Now, if you take action on it, are you crazy enough to do reckless shit? Again, you need mental help. Like, this is not the story, right? But if you can just feel it without judgment, it's part of being human. And I really feel like I get people mostly over 40, sometimes mid 30s, early 30s, but mostly over 40, who, let's face it, our parents like taught us to shove the fucking emotion, to shut up, be quiet, do what you're told, your feelings don't fucking matter, dupa dupa do. And in a lot of cases, because of my own story, having shared my story, you guys know I have a narcissistic mother. People definitely connect to me because of this, because of that effect, on top of being of a certain generation. Then the other effect is that there's the narcissistic effect, if you will. Okay, so you're taught to not be yourself, not feel free, not know who you really are, not allowing yourself. You can't imagine, or maybe you can because it's you today, how many people I coach in my coaching who, like, seriously are superstars. So fucking talented, so fucking gifted, so fucking bright, so beautiful or handsome, and they don't fucking know it. It's the most bizarre of things, like being on the other side 15 years later. Sorry, not to rub into anybody's face, but it really looks weird. And I understand who I used to be 15 years ago. This is why I attracted all these losers. But on this frequency, you can only attract the fucking losers. And I mean, we're not talking again, because I feel like other coaches really stress the fuck out of you by saying, like, repeating this, everybody's you pushed out. I'm only talking about the most immediate circle, right? So the most immediate circle is absolutely your responsibility. Are you responsible for the entire world? Absolutely not. Like, it's impossible to do that. Okay. So on that frequency, you will rendezvous with losers. Once you do not accept this energy of somebody else's imposition, not allowing yourself to be yourself. Like, I'm talking exactly who you want to be. Like, what do you want to make? What do you know what I mean? Because you've got it, darling. You've got it. You all are motherfucking superstars sitting on a billion motherfucking dollars, not cashing it in. Do you know how weird it looks? That you're not allowing yourself. Again, I understand it completely. It's not like you're not allowing yourself. No, I totally get it. But from a side, it looks like, seriously, you're a billionaire sitting on $1 billion, refusing to cash it in. Now, when you have your energy, though, 100% aligned, like, truth be told, you're unstoppable. Like, nobody can mess with you. If they do, honestly, their lives will be ruined. I've seen it. Listen, I've talked about this for 3 years. I don't know what haters expect to get out of this. Like, seriously, I've warned. I come with a warning. Like, anybody who messes with me, seriously, it's like the karma is brutal with them. Okay? I don't have to do anything. I make it a point. So your energy will be so fucking powerful that what right now you're struggling to do, even your SP, especially your SP. Are you joking? When you're on this timeline of excitement because you're being your true self, you're in alignment with so many, again, magic and miracles. So then your telepathy, oh my God, you don't even understand. So, how I teach, again, the energy work is really rather simple. Now, I'm not going to go into detail because you're going to have to, come into my coaching to discover. And most importantly, I can't. Like, I can't really do that because it would need to be like a real person in my coaching. It has to do with who you are, your personal background, your makeup. Okay, what makes you you? This is why, like I said, cookie cutting does not work in coaching. You have to teach the person with their background, with their understanding of the world, their everything, their kind of color scheme, if you will, how to operate in the world, how to best manifest. And I teach a really simple method. I've designed it myself. It actually came to me in well, when I was a child, and I didn't realize. I thought, seriously, this is like real real talk now. Up until age, I don't know, maybe 11. Hold on, let me take a sip of my coffee. Excuse me 1 second, because yeah, when I start talking, thank you. Wow, that's really strong coffee. um, up until age 11, I thought people saw like what I don't know how to explain it. I thought that everybody else saw the world the way that I did, meaning with energy around it. Do you know what I mean? Like, not like just people or cars or whatever, trees and stuff like that. It comes with a certain energy. I mean, you guys, I know I've coached people off of YouTube who are into energetic fields. So there's a really simple method. You can teach it to anybody if they understand how to energetically influence their visions. Okay, you're using your energy. What is energy? It's Energy is represented by emotions. Okay, you start from scratch, build your world from scratch. This is why the the clean slate is necessary, because if you're going to paint right now this paradise over some shit show, it's not going to look good. It's not going to be the same. You have some, like, literally clear out your house or your apartment, take shit physically out. Hold on one second. I'm still coughing a little bit. Take shit out and take out the emotional garbage, and then you will be painting brand new with your own emotions. It will take you, I mean, I don't know how long, excuse me, a day, okay, an instant, depending on your level of, again, mastery. It's not gonna be, you understand, like, when you guys are doing these endless affirmations and falling asleep to tapes, it screams desperation. It's not like that at all. You better off building out a world inside your mind so you don't need this constant repetition. It's made out of your own energy. So what kind of energy are you choosing to direct? Like, you'd be shocked, or maybe not so shocked. Okay, unless you've been in my coaching, okay? Um Listen, you would be completely floored if I had a talk with you for an hour, like how much energetic baggage you're carrying right now. It will be a, but people are busy, they run through their life. It's never the time, it's never the place. And then they're surprised why nothing is working. Well-meaning people. You're muddying, you're trying too hard to overcome the darkness without facing it by endless repetition. There, I've said it. Where if it's totally clean, your energy is totally clean, no resentment, no anger, you are always kind of like processing it and allowing yourself to feel it and being like emotionally healthy, therefore. Right now, your emotional health is not there. It's just not. I mean, how many ways can I say it? It's just not. There's something is stuck there. You understand? And I know it's fucking difficult. And believe me, I know. I know. But that's the ritual of every successful master manifestor. You can't hold on to shit unless it's wonderful. And this is why, what can I say? You have to become the best. It's like, if you're gonna look for bad shit, you're gonna find it. If you look for beautiful shit, you're gonna find it also. So instead of being your worst enemy and constantly allowing yourself to get derailed into the never land, start treating yourself like you are taking care of yourself. You're obviously in the wrong place. It's not working how you're fucking doing it. Nobody's judging you more than you're judging yourself. Let me tell you this right now. It's not working. That world is not for you. It's a lie. You understand? Once you start talking nicely and finding the, even in the midst of chaos, in the midst of an unfortunate and whatever, on the surface, it seems like it's unfortunate. By the way, there's another story that the universe is trying to deliver to you. If you look for the jewels in the fucking story and the golden nuggets, you will see those jewels and the golden nuggets. Okay, so when you have this situation, your telepathy becomes strong. Why? Because you're always telepathic. It's not that, but the things that you're telepathic towards, the quality of it changes. And unapologetically, you can completely abandon that timeline and be like, you know what? I'm done being my worst fucking enemy. I'm going to allow myself to accept my new world. It's all about, like, I said this in the live, you're not accepting it. You're not allowing, you're the only one standing in your own way. You need to find out why that is. What's keeping you from saying, you know what? If I was to decide that this person is 100% gaga for me, then that's the case. And I don't need to explain anything to anybody. If I feel into a timeline, it's game over. I've just couldn't for nobody's business, nobody has to have an opinion. It's my show. It's my motherfucking life. If I choose to change it and I deliberately go into the timeline, not physically, but in my mind, and I'm just going there because I love myself and this is what I want for myself. And I'm allowing myself to say yes to it. You're not saying yes to it telepathically, is my fucking point. Again, if you sat down in all honesty, in all 100% honesty, and really examine what you're transmitting right now to this SP telepathically, again, you would have a nice opening moment. Everybody does that. The thing is to start becoming more aware. And again, I teach a very simple method. Again, it has to do with your energy. It's like the lightest touch will be enough. In fact, you'll have my problem, right? Where, well, if you really wish for it, okay? See, this is how you know it worked. If you are, well, you've decided on something, it's obvious, and you bring yourself into the frequency with it. It has to do with aligning yourself telepathically with this is completely like matter of fact normal. It's completely I accepted the inevitability of it. I don't know how else to say it to you. But see, that's the thing, getting back in touch with your power. And then your energy gets, I don't know how, shot into the quantum field with your intention, knowing that the intention has been accepted like 100 zillion percent. And that is not for nobody to grant, but for you. Okay, now you can work yourself up to it. You can do all sorts of things. You can say, all right, I go with the flow and this and that. Yes. But what I am saying is that you don't do endless repetitions. It's the gangster way to use telepathy is like knowing when you're ready, when you're aligned, when you're 100% convinced, and then sending the energy, not doing anything else. Okay, it's kind I don't know, maybe it's similar to not doing anything and achieving everything. There's a little bit of that. Doing minimal, for sure. Knowing, being intelligent enough to recognize if my energy ain't pure at the moment, like what the fuck am I doing? I gotta go, build up my energy. Because otherwise, I'm going to see the same shit show rerun that I've been watching for I don't know how many years. So I might as well separate myself from this timeline in this way. Okay, in this way, I'm going to understand that it's not necessary for me to work hard. It's the acceptance. The universe is you, right? There's a reason why you're living out right now something. The minute you start transporting yourself into the parallel timeline, where even what you're observing somehow serves you, in other words, there's no more resistance. People use different words. You understand your path. Nothing has gone wrong. You're loved by the universe. It's this kind of homecoming feeling I'm talking about. A lot of people don't have that, and I understand what that means. It's like the root chakra is not open, and a lot of women, whatever, start having problems. Blah, blah, blah. It's like the belonging of it, like the universe is on my side. All I have to do is to understand that 100%. I don't need to try so hard. I can just literally connect telepathically to anybody like this, knowing the purity of my signal, send out my energy one time with a very definite, yes, worked out in my mind situation. And in the moment that this energy is aligned, it's game over. It's game over. You're transporting yourself to the timeline where everything that right now you're calling a problem is actually a golden nugget for you. And then get ready. I don't know how else to say it to you. You can send anything, be benevolent, as I always suggest and say, strongly suggest and say. Um, why? Because it's just going to come back to you tenfold. It's not gonna be a pleasant journey. Let me say it like this. It's really crucial that you keep your vessel clean in that sense. So wishing somebody ill, even unintentional, just go and correct it. Apologize. If you can apologize in person, telepathically, this and that. The universe keeps score. 100%. So again, it's not about not doing it already. You're doing it right now. It's the awareness of like, what am I tapped into right now? Which channel am I on telepathically? If I have cleaned out my Mama Drum panorama, I am excited about life beyond belief. On that frequency, I am telepathically all motherfucking powerful. And even though temporarily the life still looks like a shit show, it still doesn't matter. It will be like, it's kind of like a superhero going through their journey. It's a lot more interesting, I think, just for the sake of the story sometimes. To be like going through some shit and then ta-da, ta-da-da-da, victory, kind of. So my point is, the minute you realize you're already victorious, you already are victor, you're already on that side. You're just not seeing it yet. It will change. The everything will change like so unbelievably in your favor when you start looking for the good. And I know it's difficult. And your telepathy, it'll just never be the same. You will be so telepathically tapped in, you will be able to read this person's mind. Because right now, chances are, high chance, like you're polluted with your Mama Drum panorama. And there's other thoughts, other voices. I'm not good enough. All this crap, that people, I understand it. I've been there. It's not easy. But that's the deal, right? To be pure enough. So you can hear, first of all, your guides. Hello, good morning, how are you? Oh my God, I haven't even started on that. It's gonna be another episode of these impromptu lives. Um, and big thumbs up, by the way. Big subscribe. Oh my God, the guides, of course, being attuned to a higher frequency. Okay, so on the higher frequency, you're all powerful. If I haven't made it like redundantly obvious, okay, on the lower frequency, you are powerless because on that frequency, only shit show things. If you're on a high frequency and the scenery is still a shit show, but you're choosing another direction of thought, the shit show becomes gold. All right, that's what it is. So keeping your airwaves like as unpolluted as possible. This is why, no social media. I mean, listen, I'm sorry. Let me correct myself because I'm on YouTube and it's not about social media, but what are you consuming on social media? Like endless blah, 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 whatever senseless stuff rather than using that time to invest in yourself, right? As if we're reading a book or listening to a good piece of music, not junk TV. Okay, let me put it like this: not endless politics. Like they're gonna take care of themselves. Okay, what are you doing with your life? Okay, how are you decalcifying your pineal gland, quite frankly? You know what I mean? Like I went through that whole other process kind of situation. You have to keep your vessel clean. Your airwaves need to be purified. This is how you become all fucking powerful. And it might not look like a lot of power on the surface, but again, looks can be deceiving. Okay, there's a lot of shit behind the scenes, like in the invisible, that listen, when you're gonna start realizing the power that you have this way, it's gonna spook you quite a bit. It is. I ain't gonna lie, because I've experienced it in my life. There's something so much bigger than us isn't the understatement of the motherfucking century. Okay? So, like the fact that you're playing small, right? It's like, or looking at the same shit show, like I understand the literal translation is I'm looking at a shit show. But what if you can change that. What if that's how much power you have? That even the shed show, again, can turn into gold if you use your fucking telepathy to alchemize it in that way. So keeping your vessel clean and having mental conversations with your guides. Now, through meditation, again, through decalcifying your pineal gland, through not listening to news, not doing all the pollution, but to listening to music or maybe just meditation music, and that's it. Not even words. Like I went through a detox 15 years ago. I started slow. I first started like to meditate with, talking meditation. And then I was like, you know what? This is distracting. I'd rather hear my guides. And then, because I was ready by then, I could, kind of like do that. That was a challenge for me. So anyway, this is how you keep your telepathy clean. And but anything you decide and that you can concentrate on knowing when you're aligned with that timeline. Like in that moment when you're excited, when you're feeling that, I don't know, again, home like feeling, like homecoming feeling to this reality, you're like, oh, yes, yes, thank you, Jesus. This is where I belong. I feel so fucking good just thinking about it. This is like no what ifs, no nothing. No, this feels awesome. This feels like, oh baby, like I'm ready to fly kind of situation. Then with that energy, like I just gave you an example, more or less. But again, I customize everything. Then you're playing the game on a different motherfucking level. I don't know. It's not by chance that all people, ask Tony Robbins, ask Rhonda Byrne, ask all the greats, what do they start their mornings with? Gratitude. Why? Because that's the altitude. You're playing the game from a different altitude. It's quantum physics, my darling. It's not just a cute ritual. Okay, you literally transporting your body to higher realms. And there, everything is wide open. All the information is wide open. Everything, you could see everything. Before somebody ever sends you, I don't know, an email or anything happens, you see it. You see it at a distance. I don't know how else to say it. It's like, I don't know, you wanna call it you become clairvoyant or what, but that's available to everybody. I mean, a lot of people talk about this all day long. You just know things in advance. Like, I've yet to discuss it. I was almost tempted to discuss it tonight, but you gotta give me a moment. Um, and by the way, ask your questions if you came for that. The super powerful experience I've had, I literally felt like I was in a movie that already happened to me, and will continue to happen to me in that timeline. It's so wild. Oh my God. Like now that I think about it, like literally everything was happening like, I don't know, a theater play. It was wild. It was wild. You will foresee things. You will start literally being the Modigliani of your tapestry, and even the so-called unexpected things. This is the other thing I wanted to say really quick, and I think then I will wrap up. Um, Even the so-called unexpected things, you fucking plan them. Let me just say it like that. I know it feels uncomfortable to admit it and this and that. There was something that went out. All right. It definitely went out, but not for the reason that you think. Again, if you interpret it like, oh, what did I do to myself? No, you showed yourself your power. Number one. Number two, that too happened for a reason. That too happened for a very good reason if you start recognizing the reason. Because up there, when you're doing your life review after you pass away, like nothing is a mistake. But nothing. You planned it all out perfectly. If you start really seeing what the universe, the divine is telling you, like why this is happening, there's a divine plan there. Don't reject it. Don't reject. Start seeing what God is telling you, you want to say, or the universe is telling you. It's not working against you. I'm telling you this right now. Again, it could look like a shit show. at the moment, and you can turn it completely around. And yes, it does take listen, the brain and fucking to do galore. But that's the gymnast, I meant to bring this up, and thank goodness I remember. The movie Ocean's 11, I believe it is. Maybe it isn't. Maybe it's the one with Lamarck. Not Lamarck. Yeah, Lamarck and oh my god. The French actor. I completely forget. But anyway, when he does when where there's the scene when he goes into the museum and does his little dance to avoid all the beams of the security, it's like that. Okay, you start to learn to dance with the universe instead of just like, here's my plan and this is what I think should happen and how I should, really think it should happen. You know what? You might have an idea. Yeah, okay, that's cool. But you know what? The truth is the universe always tops your expect beyond and beyond and beyond. So, don't be so rigid. Like learn how to dance with the universe also. Like again, once you get yourself on the higher ground of telepathy and being on the higher level of understanding, they're gonna give you stuff, man. They're gonna give you stuff to work with, like you were not able of doing. You were not able to do before. I don't know how else to say it. When you really allow yourself to start seeing energy, start being in tune with the so-called invisible. Because let's face it, 3D is a motherfucking joke. All right. Like I'm talking to evolved people here on my channel. So, 3D my fucking ass. You know what I mean? Like this is so for the, I don't know, what do you want to call it? Wannabes? It's a wannabe. 3D is a wannabe. The real shit that's cooking is inside your mind. That's what you need to understand. And what's in the invisible is going to become visible. It's inevitable. So why the fuck would you again pay attention to 3D like everybody says? But again, it's not invisible to you. You have to start making it more visible in a sense than the 3D if the 3D isn't pleasing to you. It has to overwhelm you emotionally so much that like even if it's like a dire situation even or whatever, use your magicianship, use your muscle of the extraordinary power that you have, the control of emotions. Holy motherfucking shit bananas. This is why as I've said in my past lives, it's all a gym. Universe is all a gym of mind and emotions. If you can convince your mind to follow along with your emotions rather than blah, 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 and be excited about something and like tell it it's okay, you can relax now, like everything's going to be okay. You were just taught wrong is all. Okay. And if you can just like start, excuse me, hold on one second. Sorry about that. I needed to cough. And if you could just show it with your manifestations, you see, when you feel good, when you're on that level, everything is possible. So why not just stay there? Why not just stay there? Again, why not just allow yourself to start really playing this game on a higher level instead of doing it the hard way and the affirmations and the even in like even in the fact of hold on one second, sorry. Even when people coach with me, they're like, Anna, did I do this right enough? Did I do this? Don't worry about it. Still being a people pleaser, still focusing on the very wrong thing. How are you feeling? Is the question. That's all that really fucking matters. How are you feeling? Nobody asked you this shit when you were growing up. I know that that's a fact with me. Okay. So you like totally abandoned yourself for other people's opinions. I want you to bring your energy home. Not again, like a million times I say that, not in a narcissistic sense, but you know what? I'm the fucking creator of this show, all right? I deserve good treatment. What about me? Some of you guys are neglecting your needs. Okay, even wait, I hear this all the time when they come into my coaching. I've been waiting for a year. I've been waiting for 2 years. I'm like, wow, okay, you're patient. I would not be. You see, that's what it goes back to emotions, like how you delay your own happiness, right? It's like it can wait. It can wait. No, it can't. Because in the process you're miserable. And that's a very heavy duty price to pay in my case. So misery, and listen, in people pleasers comes mostly from self-criticism. Once you abandon like self-criticism and being on your own team, caring enough to like, you know what? I'm going to feel good, and not in a delusional sense, but I'm going to feel good about me. About me. Just going through life, doing the best I can, um, not taking care of everybody else before me, but to actually care about what kind of experience I have on this earthly plane. So if I am to have a good experience, I'm going to allow myself to play like full force. I'm just gonna go for it in every fucking department. Again, you don't have forever, you don't have all day, okay? You don't have like an eternity. What is going on now? Like, this is how much you have to care about how you feel. If you abandon yourself, you know, don't, I mean, it's like the world abandons you. How am I feeling? What am I telepathically communicating with right now? How can I change it? How can I be kinder to myself in thought and in expectation? Yes, even from this SP. Am I being kind enough to myself, or am I still regurgitating the mama drama panorama that I really do not want to regurgitate anymore? Because that goes into my creation palette. Okay, you don't owe anybody, okay, an explanation to become a different person who genuinely cares about themselves. Again, not in a narcissistic sense, but in, you know what, I need this energy to work with. If I spread this around, if I care too much what other people think, if I do this, then the other, I suffer. How does this fucking work out? Not so great. Okay, I need my energy for my fucking manifestations, and I'm going to care about to take care of my emotional health. If there's anything to invest, it's in that. If you do nothing else, the rest will come easier. Just being kinder to yourself, doing nice things for yourself, as simplistic as that sounds, and choosing thoughts on purpose that, true or not true, it doesn't fucking matter at the moment. Even if it's not true, it will become true. You will start believing it is true. I'm not saying lie about something. I'm not saying hurt somebody, but you can speak things into existence, even the way that you look, even the money you make, whatever, whatever, whatever. If you start speaking nicer to yourself, and then you'll see your power. You'll see your power just vibrating it. And then again, this is the only way to then telepathically do magic. Just absolute fucking magic. You will love yourself. I don't know how else to say it. You will fall in love yourself with the healthiest, in the healthiest way. You will be like, wow, you're all right. Like you will literally look at yourself in the mirror one day and be like, well done. Good job. Seriously, and mean it, which you're not doing right now. Okay, hold on one second. All right, so I forgot about the raffle to talk about the raffle in the beginning, but basically, I don't know, some kind of inspiration came. You can enter a raffle until Thanksgiving. Um, it's $10. There's my Zelle, which is my phone number. It's on a community board. It's all there. To enter, you have to pay a participation fee because nothing is for free. It's all an exchange of energy. um, and if you win, you will get a session with me, in this case for $10. How you like me now? This is a gift to my community. Um, I will select the winner. Just, I don't know, put your name in the hat and then pull one out. So if you want to do that, my pleasure. Okay, I've done that type of stuff before. Not not the same, but but similar. Um, and then again, I want to remind everybody of the new packages other than the signature. Um, sorry, one second. I apologize. I'm almost over it. It's like I can feel it. It's like the last bit of it is there. Um, the new packages of 6 months and 12 months. Us meeting once a week. Again, it's for somebody who likes that pace. I usually prefer 3 times per week, at least for a month minimum, just kind of to attack the old belief system. It really makes a difference. But again, it's like it's up to you. I mean, you can even, I don't know, all sorts of things are possible. Like I've seen people combine packages, this and any other. But my personal preference is the signature coaching package because you just get so much shit done in a fraction of time. Let's just face it, 2 to 3 months is a fraction of time compared to a lifetime. Um, Again, if you show up and you do your part and all of that, but you could do the same process except once a week. Or again, you can combine packages. We could talk about it. If you want to be in my coaching, you need to book the 1 hour session. And all the steps for the coaching agreement are on the community board. Sorry. All right, so I'll go live on Wednesday. I will try to make it a face one, but I have to say, I really love this. Not to be on camera is a dream come true. I am the least attention seeking person on the motherfucking planet. I really am. I only went, video because you guys asked. My preference, oh my God, my nostalgia lies completely in the beginning of my predecessor channel when I just used to do. I didn't even bother to create a thumbnail. That's how gangster I was. I would just kind of like, whatever, here's the audio. Enjoy. Oh, those were the days. I want to go back to that. No, just kidding. This is beautiful. Everything happens for a reason. But the thing is, I really do channel better when I'm not on camera. I feel a lot free. I don't know that I'm camera shy. I wouldn't say that, but I feel so when I channel, like I see visions, I can't concentrate on them when I'm on camera. That's actually the more honest explanation. And when I would record the audio is actually all seriousness now for the original channel. Again, the same process, would see energy, so I would concentrate on the energies and the visions and stuff. So that's why it's a lot more of an enjoyable process because then I don't have to pay attention to the camera or how I'm moving, that I'm within the shot, all of this shit. So the other thing, really quick, not to make this too long, but and big thumbs up for those who will be rewatching. Yeah, I feel free. I really feel free like this. I really feel so much passion right now and so much inspiration. I hope like it's beyond. Like I really feel this is my thing. Anyway, so the other do it yourself package, for whatever reason I'm inspired to mention it, the magic spell. So just to be clear, what I call magic spells are actually like really powerful intentions. It has nothing to do with witchcraft. I simply teach people how to really, again, align their energy. It's all about energy. So there's this package of, I believe it's 5 audios, going through the steps of that. So you might find it helpful. Something to sample my coaching. If you have any questions, my emails are below. Okay. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. I'll talk to you soon. Ciao, kakao. Bye bye.